Hey there, this is Protect Energy Buzz, and we are here today covering the truth behind psychological power. Let's get into it. You may be asking yourself, what is psychological power? Well, psychological power refers to the ability to influence the thoughts, emotions, and behaviors of others through various means, such as persuasion, manipulation, or implied threats. This type of power can be an organization setting or political environments. Psychological power refers to the ability of individuals or groups to influence the thoughts, emotions, and behaviors of others. This type of power can be expressed in various forms, such as percussion, threats, manipulation, or social influence. Psychological power can be used in positive ways, such as to motivate, inspire, or encourage others. It can also be used in negative ways, such as deceive, exploit, or harm others. Therefore, it is important to understand the dynamics of psychological power and how it can be used ethically and responsibly. Understanding psychological power can be important for navigating social interactions, building relationships, and avoiding being manipulated by others. Now, you have to remember that psychological power can be used for both positive and negative purposes. So, for example, a teacher who uses their power in a positive way, on the other hand, an abuser who uses their power to control and manipulate their partner using psychological power in a negative way. It's important to note that psychological power can be subtle or unconscious, as well as overt and intentional. Understanding how psychological power operates can help individuals and organizations use it in ethical and effective ways, while also organizing and resisting attempts to use it in harmful ways. Psychological power is not inherently good or bad, but rather depends on how we use it and the intentions behind each use. Therefore, individuals should strive to use psychological power in ways that align with their personal values and ethical principles. There are many factors that play a hand in influencing psychological power. This can include social status, communication skills, knowledge, expertise, personal charisma, and the ability to build trust and rapport with others. Additionally, the context in which psychological power is used can also play a role in effectiveness, such as the social norms, cultural values, and power dynamics of the situation. Psychological power can be used for both positive and negative. So, for an example, it can be used to inspire and motivate others to really achieve their goals, or to manipulate and exploit others for personal gain. I want to go over a list of 8 common forms of psychological power. The first one is coercive power, which is the ability to punish or impose negative consequences for undesired behavior. It is having the power to punish or threaten punishment to influence others. It seems to be most common when someone has authority over others, such as the workplace, military, or the government. A person who has coercive power because they can impose negative consequences on others, such as through physical and emotional abuse, can use this power to control and manipulate others. Legitimate power, this power that comes with holding a formal position of authority, such as a boss or political leader. It comes from a person's position or status, essentially. This is common among political leaders, religious leaders, or bosses in the workplace. An example of this power is a manager who has legitimate power because of their position within an organization, can use this power to enforce rules and regulations and make decisions that affect their employees. Informational power, the power that comes from controlling access to valuable information. This type of power truly involves controlling access to information that others need or want. This can include things like classified information, trade secrets, or insider knowledge. This is often used by people who have access to valuable information, such as journalists, researchers, or hackers. Example of this type of power can include leaking confidential information or using insider knowledge to gain and advance, or a negotiator who has informed power because they have access to information that other party needs or wants can use this power to negotiate a favorable deal. Referent power is the power that comes from being admired and respected by others. Expert power is the power that comes from possessing specialized knowledge or skills. It is based on a person's knowledge, skills, or expertise. A few examples of people that have expert power are doctors, lawyers, and scientists. Reward power is the ability to provide positive reinforcement for desired behavior. It will involve the ability to offer positive incentives to influence others. It can include many things like money, promotions, a new job well done, and an example of reward power can include promotions, bonuses, or praise. Another way to look at it is an example of a parent who has a reward power because they can provide their child with things that they desire, such as toys, treats, or even privileges. They can use this power to encourage good behavior or discourage bad behavior. Referent power is based on a person's personality, character, or charisma. This will include celebrities, politicians, and community leaders. An example of this type of power would be a celebrity who has referent power because they are admired and respected by many people. They can use this power to promote a particular cause or influence public opinion. Expert power is a power that comes from possessing specialized knowledge or skills. People with this power are seen as experts and are often sought out for advice or guidance. Examples of expert power include providing advice or guidance or offering solutions to complex problems. Another example of expert power is a teacher who has expert power because of their knowledge and expertise in a particular subject. They can use this power to influence their students' attitudes, beliefs, and all of that about the subject. It's important to understand that psychological power is not the same as manipulation. While psychological power can be used for positive purposes, such as motivating others to achieve their goals or inspiring them to act, manipulation involves using unethical or immoral means to control others. Manipulation involves using sneaky tactics to influence others, often with intention of benefiting oneself at the expense of others. For example, a person might manipulate someone into doing something they don't want to do by using guilt, flattery, or false promises. Coercion, on the other hand, involves using threats or force to control others, often with intention of making them comply with one's wishes. Now, this can involve physical force, such as in cases of physical abuse, or it can involve psychological pressure, such as in cases of emotional abuse. Psychological power, on the other hand, involves using legitimate means of influence to motivate or inspire others. It does not involve using unethical tactics, and it does not involve using threats or force to control others. Understanding the difference between psychological power, manipulation, and coercion can help us recognize when we are being manipulated. This can help us avoid engaging in unethical or immoral behaviors ourselves. Thanks, guys. That's a wrap. Thanks for tuning in today, and we will see you next time. Leave below the video a comment that you subscribed, and we'll try our best to reply.